For the first time in a little while, this man, Charles Leclerc, is on pole for the US Grand Prix at COTA. What a session, by the way, yesterday. Really fun qualifying. Of course, today we have the sprint shootout, and then, of course, the sprint race itself, which we'll see what happens. But it seems like we've got pretty close, parity between most teams. I mean, Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull, Mercedes all seem to be in the mix. Now, I'll leave the lap times on screen. 1 minute 34.723, I think is the exact time that Leclerc set, which was beaten by Max Verstappen by 5 thousandths of a second. However, Max went over track limits, which we're going to try and respect, and he lost his lap. So Leclerc holds on to P1, Hamilton very close in P2, and yeah, we're going to see how we get on in today's episode. Guys, if you're going to enjoy, leave a like, it massively helps out these videos, and also subscribe if you are new to the channel, as I do post daily F1 content, and I do post these hot laps every single race weekend. And in the case there's not an actual race weekend, guys, we try to beat the classic pole lap, which I do as well, so check the channel for that. But anyway, currently on a completely stock setup. Tyres, you can see, are stone cold, which could be a problem. I'm running on a full tank as well, so all these factors are going to mean this first lap might be a little bit ropey, but you know what, we'll try and see what we can do on a banker lap, just get a feeling for the conditions. This is a laser scan version of COTA, by the way, so it should be good fun. So let's get into it and let's get the first lap underway. So DRS open out the final corner as we race up to turn number 1. Use the white lines on the right as a reference. I'm going to brake at that second from last, using the box as a reference. I reckon we can get that one down to the apex on softs and an empty tank. Flat out through turn 2, and now into the S section. Take a downshift there midway through, and now try to keep it tight through this one as it opens up the left as we completely miss the apex. Now through this little chicane, important to sacrifice the right to open the left and get the drive as we plunge down the hill, down to the hairpin. Spot the braking. 100 meter board is your friend again. Going to stay in third gear, might be able to dip the second there, to be fair. Power up on exit, and now get the DRS open. And now take a breather, and we get ready for the second half of the lap. So, heavy braking zone coming up on the back straight, 100 meter board. Get the car stopped onto the apex beautifully there. Back on the power. Down a gear as we now feed it into the very tricky and very low grip slow corners here, very technical section. These cars do not like these sort of corners, they're so big and heavy nowadays. Now through the triple right hander, absolutely flat. These cars like speed, of course, with the ground effect. The more speed, the more the car's going to stick to the ground. A little bit wide there, but that's okay. And now the final corner, which we saw drivers struggling with yesterday. On the power, up to the line, and it's a 39.1, so okay, work to be done, time to be found. Let's get to work and let's change the setup. So even on the C4 tyres, which are the softest available compound, they don't seem to want to warm up. I've been driving pretty quick on the outlap, trying to get some tyre temp. I'm going to put a bit of lock in here to try and get those fronts to work a little bit. But here we go then, second attempt. So same engine modes as before, but a bit more wing and also a fuel reduction, and also of course softer tyres. Brake bar slightly towards the rear to help rotate the car. So let's see how this one goes. So turn 1, brake at the box on the right. Just turn the car into the apex a little bit there, a bit of a rear slide, but generally that was a lot quicker. Now into the S's, let's try and carry some speed into this one. There we go. You can see they're holding it at 7th this time. Tyres now starting to work. Turning a bit earlier this time, there we go. Still not quite getting all the apex, but that was a lot better. And now through the chicane, keep within track limits, there we go. Beautiful. Down the hill we go. Braking a little bit later this time, just after the 100. Probably turn a little bit earlier there and get that apex sorted out. Onto the back straight. DRS wide open now. And now just spot the braking. Simple as, really. Wait for it. On the anchors, down to third. Power down. And now into the very tricky bit. Hopefully on these softs it should work a little bit better for us. Car's still not really liking it, having to fight the car like crazy. I'm not up by much, you know, looking at the dash and the wheel. I hope maybe that's not accurate, because if that's the case, this could be a long episode for us. Penultimate corner. Track limits, perfect. Final corner. Carrying way more speed this time. Up to the line. Ooh, 37.6. Okay, so we're just within the 3-second bracket, but we still have to find 2.9. Okay, so I've made some more adjustments. Trying to, you know, find a fine point with the tyre pressures. Hopefully that will work. You can see now they're actually warming up a little bit, which is good to see. I'm actually going to run full engine mode already on this one and see how it goes. I'm running the lowest fuel possible, so we're pretty much there. I've also going to look at her on the wing, but this is pretty much it. So let's see how we get on. First off, turn 1. This time the rear not coming around, and move the brake bar slightly more towards the front, which helps. Now another adjustment as we make our way into the S's. Okay, that's nice. Hold it, hold it. Now through the chicane. Patience on the exit here. The back end wants to get away every single time. Okay, this is looking pretty decent. Hairpin. Turn in late, but get the apex. There we go. That's more like it. Very nice. Open the DRS. I think we're up by about 8/10 right now. Nope, make that a second actually. So we're up by a second. The engine mode is working well. On the anchors. Back on the gas straight away. And now got to feed the car through the slow bit. The high engine modes may not like this so much. Trying to push the braking here. Didn't get the apex there, but you know what? That might not be the worst thing. We did find a little bit of time through there. Now for the triple rights. Trying to stay tight. Got to throw into this one now. Turn 19, I believe. Oh, right at the limit. On the white line. And now the final corner. On the gas straight away. Up to the line. And it's a 36.3. So we shave off 1.2 seconds. But we're still a long way away. We need to find 1.6. I'll tell you what, guys, I think we might have met our match here. I reckon we could maybe get to a second, maybe within a second if I hit a perfect lap. But this one might be hard to beat. Oh, that's chicane, man. I think if I can get that right, there's a little bit of time there, for sure. I was on the limit, but something. Just got to try and trim away and find time wherever we can. Ah. Track limits. The car does not like the slow corners one bit. I think if I could find more tyre temp for the start of the lap, that might help. Oh, it's so tough to get a lap right around here, man. It really is such a technical circuit. Apex. Lost a bit of time there, but it's getting better. I don't know how much more there is. I reckon on a perfect lap, like I said, I can get within a second, but that's the absolute maximum. think I'm done, guys, and that might be it. That was a very good lap. Some small tweaks. I reckon I could shave off maybe another 10th and a bit, maybe a low 4, but I'm going to have to concede defeat on this one and admit I cannot beat Charles Leclerc's US Grand Prix pole lap. So, as always, just to recap, I was running the C4 tyres, which is the softest available compound this weekend, and also, in this case, very low pressures to try and find that tyre temp, which we were struggling with. Fuel-wise, 5 litres, enough for 2.2, so out lap and a time lap. Electronics, this was interesting, so I turned the recovery all the way off, so basically deploying full energy recharge on the best lap, giving it everything I've got. And also I reduced the engine brake a bit so the car would roll and coast a bit more into like the slow hairpins and slow corners. Aero, I went for actually 6.6, which is just slightly above default. I tried going 7.7, I even went 8.7 at one point, but I found actually the car was a bit better overall with a bit more lower wing and having a bit more stability. Brakes, I went for actually 105 brake power, so to try and have a bit more oomph on the brakes in the key braking areas, and 55 on the brake bias, and then everything else is default. So yeah, pretty decent. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed that one. Leave a like if you did, subscribe for more, and we'll see what happens in the sprint shootout tonight and also in the sprint race later / tomorrow morning, and then of course the main event race tomorrow. Mods link down below, check them out as always, and yeah, a big shout out to the members for supporting the channel. Check out the 2 videos on screen if you haven't seen them already, and yeah guys, cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and it's goodbye from me.